Welcome to Ecoholics. This video is in a continuation of the part 2 of chapter 1. What we are discussing here is economic survey. In this chapter, we have already discussed the reforms initiated by the government in the last year. So now in the continuation, there is one important term mentioned in this chapter known as decoupling. So what's the meaning of this word, decoupling? It is the simple meaning as India's economy, or what we call GDP growth of Indian economy, decelerates as the rest of the world accelerates, is the meaning of decoupling. There were two reasons given by economic survey. The two reasons were demonetization shock, or what we can say short-term shock on the informal sector of the economy, or mainly on the food sector, and the destocking before GST led to decline in India's GDP growth rate as the rest of the world accelerates, known as decoupling. Now talking about other than this decoupling, the chapter also talks about the reforms initiated in the apparel sector. So now we have to understand the reforms undertaken in order to revive the apparel sector. In apparel sector we have 6,000 crore rupees package for the apparel sector. In this sector, that is why the main idea behind promoting apparel sector is simple, because it is a labor intensive sector. In order to provide more employment in the economy, it is very important to give boost to apparel sector. Another reason is the global reason. Under that we can say easily that China was dominant in this apparel sector, but due to rising labor cost in China is gradually vacating the place and creating a vacuum in the apparel export market. So that is why India is giving incentive in order to fill that vacuum. But if India does not do this kind of things in order to promote apparel sector, countries like Vietnam and Bangladesh is quickly filling this vacuum. So that is why 6,000 crore package includes rebates on state levies. So it means whatever the state charging on these apparel industries, the budget, the economic survey announces that there will be one rebates. Apart from this apparel sector, economic survey also talks about meta challenges. The chapter also discussed that the unfinished agenda of last year's economic survey, like inefficient redistribution, enhancing the public service delivery, and the ambivalence of property rights, is still in the continuation. It means the last year's 3 meta challenges also continued in this financial year. Now according to this chapter, there are 3 more meta challenges. Here meta means conventional, important, conventional. So first one is education. Second one, the chapter talks about agriculture. And the third one is employment. These are the 3 major meta challenges according to this chapter. First one is education, because we need to provide education in order to improve our human resource capital. We always talk about demographic dividend is the advantage of India, but in order to make that dividend, we need to provide higher education as well as primary education. After that we have agriculture sector. In agriculture sector, there is one target mentioned in this chapter is to double the farmers' income. We need to provide a capacity building measures for the agriculture and as well as allied activities. We'll discuss these 2 chapters in the sectoral analysis of volume 2 in detail. Now talking about employment, giving a thrust to employment is the major important thing, as the economic survey also highlighted the problem of employment, as well as the budget also announced some features for employment, because employment is a major portion when we give about like labor intensive countries. So you need to provide labor intensive employment. These are the 3 meta challenges for this year's economic survey. Now talking about other positive outlook for the economy. In the positive outlooks, we can say that private investment started to revive in the economy once again. There is a strong or robust external condition of Indian economy. It means we have in a comfortable position when we talk about the global headwinds. What we can say, the protectionist measure of the developing countries is creating one problem, but still now till present time we don't have any problem. We no need to bother about these things. So the external sector remains robust. Talking about foreign exchange reserves, so we have a foreign exchange reserves over 434 billion. So that's the highest point we have achieved, mentioned by the economic survey. Other things like import cover is around 11.2 months. So we are in a very comfortable position talking about foreign exchange reserves. The concept import cover is important to understand. It is also the question in the last year's UPSC examination. So import cover means whatever the foreign exchange you have, they are enough to import how many months of your total import. It means we have, if we do not export anything and we are not earning a single dollar, till the present time we can able to provide, or we can able to import 11 months of our import bill. So we have enough foreign exchange reserve to pay for our 11 months import. That's the same thing, that's the main highlight of this chapter. So hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and also like. If you have any doubt, you can always mention in the comment box, and also you can connect to our email ID. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.